So remember CRISP DM, we discussed about the methodology and the methodology. So we said that there are different methodology you can apply in order, like strategy. Methodology is very simple, means what are the steps that you are going to go through or the phases in order to achieve your objective. Same like in FYP, you have methodology chapter. Why you have methodology? It's the design, how you are going to implement this project. You are saying, I'm going to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Then implementation. What is implementation chapter about? The execution of your methodology. You said you are going to do this step, step 1, step 2, step 3. Then you show how you have implemented each step. So you suppose like you have prepared the blueprint on the chapter for methodology, then you come to chapter implementation, you show the blueprint, how you have implemented each section. You should follow the methodology. You said in methodology, I'm going to do this first. Then you put the title again and then explain. So what we have discussed in chapter, or let's say methodology, we're supposed to go with this phase 1. Then phase 1, what is it? Then you start explain or show the result, what you have done. So methodology is simply the strategy, how you are going to execute or implement in future. If we're talking about methodology chapter, here meaning same thing. What are the steps or the phases that you are going through in order to implement your objective? Let's say my objective is to build a model that is able to predict the house price. Then what you should do first? First thing, you go to business understanding. So now we start with the process telling us how to do. Okay, so first thing we go to business understanding. What we do in business understanding, we define the issue. We understand that there's need for house prediction. But what is the problem? What is the current situation? Right? This is why you have problem statement, where you discuss about what is the current issue. Okay, this is why actually has given you the motivation to go through to overcome the problem throughout implementing your objective. Okay, so firstly you define the issue and understand the broader context. So you understand what is the situation and you define your problem. Okay, what else under business understanding? I'm not sure if there's another slide. No. Yeah, we have a slide about it. Just if I continue, then also you look for existing solution. That means any existing solution right now. This is why you have literature review, right? That makes sense because you're not the only person on earth. Is there anybody else has implemented such project? Let's say the company is looking for possibilities of doing prediction. Maybe there's already existing solution, so no need to develop one from scratch. Maybe just we use. Or maybe the company is looking for its own project. But in this case, I can use any existing solution to do what? Benchmarking. Later, I can check their system and I check my system. And I see the level of accuracy. Let's say their accuracy on the existing solution is 80%. My accuracy of my solution I predicted is 70%. That means I'm not there yet. They're already competitive product in the market, which can give accuracy higher than mine. Then I keep improving my system until I reach 80%. 80%, that means now I'm similar. That's good. At least now I can, I'm not worse, I'm same, right? So my project is reliant. I can rely on my project, also on other projects, same efficiency. Now I look, maybe I enhance it later to become more efficient, higher accuracy. That now I can compete them. You understand why you have literature review? Okay, so now I'm teaching you only this, but also FYP, what you're supposed to do. But same concept, by the way. Even your assignment, you're going to do like mini FYP. Not FYP because you don't have deployment, so you don't need to worry about deployment, but you need to carry on your task to do prediction, whatever, following these steps. CRISP DM, okay? So why we look for existing solution? Again, for benchmarking, okay? But of course, don't compare yourself with giant application like Facebook. Sometimes students confuse, oh, I'm building social network, then how come I compare myself with Facebook? Of course, you won't compete Facebook, but maybe on certain functionalities you're discussing about, you can compete. Only on certain. They have, let's say, 1 million functionality. Okay, you are building 5. But maybe among those 5, you can benchmark their 5 with your 5 and see how you can improve. Only these. Not 5 versus 1 million. No, 5 versus 5 only. Okay? So you look only for those that are related to your work. Anyway, now then we go to data understanding. Data understanding, let's say after you define your problem, you define your objectives, everything is clear to you, then you go on to the next step to acquire the data. You need the data. Okay, I know I need to do data prediction for houses. Then what kind of data I need? Okay, so then I search. Maybe there are already data set available. Then I use. If not, then I go and collect. Is there a way to collect my own data? Is there a website maybe offer me data set? If yes, I take permission, I use. If not, maybe I need to acquire my own. Maybe I conduct survey, collect information. Maybe I collect information about my customer to do prediction, whatsoever, okay? We're gonna later look also for this one, but very fast, you take a quick look at data structure. If you don't understand, that's fine. Later, where we go to the practical, you understand more, or now later we have also more slides. Create your test set. We discuss about it soon. Investigate the data to uncover insight. This is the purpose of data understanding. You try to gain insight as much as possible about your data. Unlike you have database, let's say you have database with bunch of table. Usually when you do some queries, what you do? Immediately just select blah, 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 we look. But here you need to have deep understanding. What is this feature? Why I have this column in this table? What does it tell me? If the value is low or high, what does it mean? Okay, so you try to find insight. Also, maybe, oh, I noticed this feature with this feature. I mean, this column with this column tend to go together up and down. This is insight. This is insight. Let's say like the age of the employee with salary. They go together high. As the age become higher, the salary become higher more, right? Because they acquire more knowledge. So this is all insight. Then I go to data preparation, where I prepare my data to be in specific format to be used by the algorithms, because algorithms require the data to be in certain format. So I have to follow the instruction. How this machine work, it needs the data in certain format, certain way. I prepare the data. I clean the data if it has any issues, like missing values. I have to find a way to resolve. Maybe there are outliers. I need to resolve the outliers, and so on and so forth. We're going to discuss deeper also later. Modeling is where you prepare your algorithm. So the result, the output of your model should be, let's say, a mathematical equation can be, which describe the relationship of y between y and input, between y and x1, x2, x3, x4, like the house price. So modeling, should I get mathematical equation? Or maybe I find the rules that describe or help me to categorize the flowers. Okay, so this is modeling. Then I do evaluation. Remember the definition we said where we have experience, task, and performance. So evaluation about measuring the performance. How good my solution is. Is this mathematical equation or the model I have found, is it good enough? Okay, can this solve my objective, fulfill my objective? So I need to link back to business understanding. Then deployment, where I take this final model and put it into final application. May I have I have a web application. I need to use this feature of modeling inside my application and so on. Okay, I think just I'll continue with this slide, then we stop. This is going to be our example for, I think, maybe at least this session, I mean, next session and maybe the session after. For practical is going to be the discussion, practical 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to work on the same example. So that's good. I'm not going to change the example, so you have good idea. Then you just see the implementation, what we are doing. So we're going to use California housing price. This is a real data set that has been collected in 1990. That has been collected in 1990 in California. And it's about containing data about geographical coordinates of houses in the district, in each district inside California. Districts like small area. I mean, I don't know how they organize it, frankly. You need to ask someone expert. But I mean, geographical place, and then they maybe name some place Let's say north of Kampar is one district, south of Kampar, east, west, or maybe Kampar all as one district. I don't know. But I mean, there are geographical locations inside the state which actually can help to organize the state. So they collected data about the houses in the California. But then what they have done, instead of having data set where each record represent one house, okay, so this is, you need to understand the data set. Each record inside the data set does not represent one house. They collected data for all houses. But what they have done, they aggregated the data. So they came to the first district in California and took the whole houses available, and then they aggregate the data. So one record only will represent the entire district. And how the record will look like, let's say it will contain the coordinates for the district. Then the total number of rooms in the district, the total number of houses, the total number of bedrooms, and so on and so forth. You got the point? So they aggregated the data. So it includes metric like population, median income. What is median? And we said the middle value. That means they collected the income of households for the district, then they took the value in the middle. So just one value represent the whole district. One value represent the whole district. The population of each district is between 600 to 3,000, 3K people. And the objective is to forecast, means to predict the median house value. Median, not house value, the median house value. That means based, let's say, that means my system should not able to predict a single house, but the value of district house. The median value for a house in a district. So I provide the information about the district, then the system should be able to predict the median house value in that district, the median. Clear? Okay, so this is about the description about our data set. Any question?